What's up everyone, we're going to be going through the best NFL player props on Prizepicks today. And I did want to share the results from the other day's picks as we didn't have a video yesterday from my exclusive Discord group. And as you guys see, we actually got 21 picks correct, which was absolutely insane. Now a lot of you comment wanting to see how many I got wrong, and I thought I'd show you in today's video. We actually got 2 picks wrong and got 21 right, which is a 95% win rate. Yes guys, you heard that right. 95% win rate. So we're on a huge hot streak, but if you want to get a 95% win rate and get 21 picks right like me, win more bets and receive the best picks from some of the best bettors in the world for less than a cup of coffee, you can access the exclusive Discord and meet some of the best sport bettors in the game by joining my Patreon, which will be linked down below in the description. Once you join, you'll have complete access to the Discord and can start winning more bets today. So make sure you join my Patreon using the link in the description. And here's one of our members who just signed up and won himself $19,875 just yesterday, and another member who won $956 for the 6th day in a row since joining my Discord. So guys, if you want to win big money like our members, a link will be in the description, so go join the Patreon to have access to the Discord group, and I will be continuing to upload every single day on this channel the best bets and props, so make sure to subscribe so you don't miss my daily uploads. So quick shout out to Modesto E&E, who said, "I think you're the best in the business. Thank you for all your hard work, buddy." So shouts out to him. Shouts out to ASWD JKIL, who spammed up the W, and also shouts out to Messiah Dominguez, who said let's go. So shouts out to them, and if you do want to win a shout out in the next video, all you have to do is comment down below in this video and like it, and you can be in the running to win a shout out in the next one. Alright, so let's get straight to the first pick. And when it comes to these picks, I'm not saying to chuck all of them into a parlay and hope for the best. Pick and choose the ones that you like and the ones that work best for you. So the first pick we're talking about is none other than Mac Jones, and this one is for 32.5 pass attempts, and this one is for more. Now, when it comes to Mac Jones, we actually have seen him go on the over in actually 3 out of the last 5 games. Now, looking at these 5 games, you do also have to realize that some of these games were actually from last season, while others are actually from this season. But we do see December 23rd faced off against none other than Las Vegas. Actually had 39 pass attempts there. Then December 30th faced off against none other than actually Tennessee and actually had 22 pass attempts there. Then Indiana again had 32 pass attempts on January 6th. September 15th faced off against New Orleans, actually had 39 pass attempts, and then finishing off on September 22nd had 41 pass attempts against Arizona Cardinals. So it definitely has been pretty good for Mac Jones when we look at actually this season. As I mentioned, that some of these games are actually from last season. If we focus in on just this season games, we actually do see that Mac Jones has gone on the over in 2 out of the last 2 games. So it's definitely been huge for them. Now looking for someone like Mac Jones, it's definitely going to be a very good matchup, because we do know Mac Jones and San Francisco 49ers face off against the LA Rams. And I do also have to mention that this actually is the only NFL game for today. So all these picks are going to be from this game, so you may see some overlap there. But we do know when it comes to someone like Mac Jones and San Francisco facing off against LA, we do actually see when it comes to both of these teams ranking. Starting off with 49ers. 49ers have definitely started off the series this season very strong, and we also have seen them ranked number 1 in the NFC West. So they rank top in the NFC West, have a record of 3 wins, 1 loss. That's a 75% win percentage, and on top of that, they are 1-1 from home, 2-0 from away, and are currently on a 1-game losing streak. Now, as I mentioned before, Mac Jones and San Francisco 49ers face off against the Rams, but the Rams do rank 3rd in the NFC West. So they are in that same conference there, but we also do know that they've had a record when it comes to Rams of 3 wins and 1 loss as well. So it's definitely been pretty big for Mac Jones and the LA Rams, in a sense that, you know, both these teams, even though Rams do rank 3rd, they actually have a very good record. Now they have a record of 3 wins and 1 loss. That's a 75% win percentage, and on top of that, they are 2-0 from home, 1-1 from away, and are currently on a 1-game win streak. Now it is definitely going to be an exciting matchup, but we do also know when it comes to Mac Jones and the LA Rams, they do, you know, looking at both of these teams, we do know that they have the same record in that sense of 3-1. Now, looking at, actually San Francisco, when it actually comes to passing, we definitely have seen, Mac Jones over the last 2 games, as we've mentioned, actually really showcase and really put on a show when it came to pass attempts. So it's definitely been on the higher side. Now, we also do see that when it comes to 49ers, they actually rank, pretty high when it comes to pass attempts, as they have already 153 pass attempts so far this season. That ranks them third out of all NFL teams. So, when it comes to Mac Jones out there, his usage rate is very, very high. He does have a lot of volume in the pass, realm. And the fact that they do rank third as well out of all NFL teams, it's definitely a no-brainer to us that we should see a lot of volume from Mac Jones to be able to make those pass attempts. Now, when it comes to LA, we tend to see that when it comes to their defensive, I guess caliber out there, we tend to see them allow a lot of pass attempts in general. They do have a very specific sort of defensive strategies that lead towards that. So we are expecting Mac Jones to have that, little extra edge when it comes to volume wise, and should see him be able to go on the over, no doubt about it. So for that reason, I definitely would keep an eye out for the over for someone like Mac Jones coming into this situation. So Mac Jones, 32.5 pass attempts for more, I think is a fantastic pick. Now, getting into the next one, we're actually going to be talking about none other than Eddie Pinheiro. Now, as you all know, Eddie Pinheiro, great player from none other than San Francisco as well. Now, as I mentioned before, some of these picks will have some overlap, but this one is for total kicking points for 6.5, and this one actually is for more. So, we actually do see when it comes to actually Eddie, we have seen him go on the over in 4 out of the last 5 games. Now, similar to Mac, some of these matchups, we do also have to say that some of these matchups are actually from, obviously last season, while some are from this season. But looking more in depth at Eddie, we have seen December 30th actually faced off against Tampa Bay, had 2 kicking points there. Then Jan 6 faced off against Atlanta, had 8 kicking points. New Orleans on September 15th had 8. And then 10 kicking points against Arizona on September 22nd. And faced off against Jaguars, had 7 kicking points on September 29th. So it definitely has been pretty interesting there. Now, we do know Eddie Pinheiro actually does have himself a very, very good matchup against none other than LA Rams, as we've mentioned. Now, we do know, when it comes to both these teams, they both are in the NFC West. 49ers do rank first so far, having a record of 3 wins and 1 loss. And they actually have a record of 1-1 at home and 2-0 from away, and are also on a 1-game losing streak. So this is just to remind you as well, Rams also have a record of 3-1, even though they rank third in the NFC West. 75% win percentage, 2-0 from home, 1-1 from away, and are currently on a 1-game win streak. But a big reason why 49ers are ahead of them, even if they have the same record, is because of the points for and against. So we definitely see that being a huge factor coming into this game. Now, for someone like Eddie, we also do know when it comes to this matchup, we do also see that when it comes to his average over the last 5, it is also 7. Now, looking more at the stats, we do actually see when it comes to kicking points, obviously it does relate to, kind of field goals made as well. So there's definitely some sort of correlation there. But we actually do see that San Francisco do rank, pretty high, as they do rank in the top 10 when it comes to field goals made and, kicking points, since they go hand in hand. So, for that reason, we definitely see someone like Eddie Pinheiro being able to take advantage of this and going on the over in this one. Now, as I mentioned before, when we look at what the bookies are saying, bookies also have him favored for the over as well. So that works out in our favor there. So Eddie Pinheiro, 6.5 kicking points, 4 more, I think is a fantastic pick. Now, getting to the next one, we're actually going to be talking about another player, and this is from the other side of the matchup, and that's for the Rams, and this one is none other than Davante Adams. So Davante Adams, great player, and this one is for total receptions for 4.5, and this one is for more. So we have had a lot of more picks, but this one's a great one, as we do see that, actually Davante Adams has gone on the over in 2 out of the last 5 games. Now, looking at those 5 games, see on Jan 6, faced off against Miami, had 6 receptions there. September 8th, faced off against Houston, had 4 receptions. And September 15th, faced off against, Tennessee, had 6 receptions. 3 receptions against Philly on September 22nd. 4 receptions against Indiana on September 29th. So it is pretty interesting to see, obviously, looking at someone, like Davante Adams, we definitely have seen him go on the over in some games, obviously being that September 15th against Tennessee. After that, we saw them actually face off against none other than actually or they're facing off against San Francisco, as we all know. Now, LA Rams, San Francisco, very, very good matchup between both of these teams. And we do also see when it comes, to the rankings of both of these teams, we do know where both of these teams rank. So I think we will just skip that, but we do know 49ers do rank first in the NFC West, while Rams rank third. And it really does come down to points for and against, which is why there is a difference, even though they have the same record. But when we actually look at Davante Adams, and actually more specifically LA Rams, we do see something pretty interesting when it comes to this team and when it comes to receptions in general. Now, obviously, for someone like Davante, definitely has been a huge asset for this team. But what we also have seen when it comes to someone like Davante Adams and also the LA Rams, so we actually do see when it comes to receptions, Rams do actually rank in the top 8 when it comes to receptions. So we are expecting them to have quite a lot of receptions coming into this game. We have definitely seen someone of, Davante Adams' caliber really do a great job at times. Now, although some of the matchups recently he has actually missed, coming into this next one, we should definitely see him going on the over here. So for that reason, I definitely would keep an eye out for the over for this situation here. So keep an eye out for Davante Adams. When we look at what the bookies are saying, bookies also have him favored for the over as well. So Davante Adams, 4.5 receptions, 4 more, I think is a fantastic pick.